What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's Algana here. Today we're going to be reacting to millionaire student claims this broke student is more privileged than her. Watch What Happens by Warren Smith, Secret Scholar Society. I like this guy. I like to watch it. Let's give it a watch and see what how it goes, and then see what he's got to say and what the student is going to say.
So they're sitting in front of 700 students in this classroom.
So I have like a $2,000 bill that I gotta figure out how to pay in like the next 2 weeks.
A black student who comes from a very wealthy family with millions of dollars is going to tell a white student who can't afford to pay her tuition that she has more privilege than her.
My grandparents came from Jamaica.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I can't wait to see this. Is this what this person actually gonna say?
Started a business, and then they like became like millionaires like in New York.
She clearly has far more privilege.
The very fact that she was able to come to America, or her family was able to come to America and start a business and get rich, shows that technically, even despite the fact that you're a different race, you could do that. You can at least do, for the most part at least, anything a white person can, if not everything a white person can. I think you can do basically anything a white person can if you're black or Hispanic, I think.
Privilege and power than her.
But that's looking at you, looking between the two, you wouldn't be able to tell. And it's all about the optics.
Because she has white skin, well, that she has more power than I could ever have, even though she has no money and I come from millions of dollars, but she has more privilege than I do.
And that's how America works.
It's all about the optics?
I agree.
Yeah?
We don't know that you have to pay $2,000. We don't know that your family's wealthy. So, I mean, at the end of the day, how does that work in your favor? At the end of the day, looking at you, you're still white.
It's fascinating to me that someone could try and make the argument that having millions of dollars gives you less privilege than the color of your skin. We're going to watch her try and make that case.
In what ways is she better off than her,
Okay.
man? Like, in what ways? Like, I don't see any way in which she's...
From the visual, like before you get to know them, before they open their mouths, what do you assume?
So we are making assumptions about someone's circumstances based on the color of their skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like, yeah, I'm gonna assume what their life is like because they're white. They must have a good life because they're white. Am I right? Obviously. I mean, and because they're black, they must be poor. They must be underprivileged and have no privilege and have a hard time in society because they're black. Like, come on now.
Got it. And Sam Richards does a good job. He actually calls her out here.
I'm sitting out here, and I'm just the average person who's thinking about this stuff, right? And I'm like, man, you have not made a convincing argument, because her...
Writing a book is hard.
Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna. Hopefully this ad won't get me.
Knowing if it's good, even harder. Neat manuscript analysis.
Your framework...
I guess I'm not really monetized, but I don't want to get copyright claimed again, so. Or I don't know if it's claimed. I guess it's more like just the YouTube finds a copyright, like some obscure, like some random song in my video that was basically rather by either watching an ad or by watching someone's video that had a song in it, to and then it plays just like, oh, this song's copyrighted or whatever, it sucks. So
doesn't account for the fact that Alex's family is rich and her family I'm just going to say
But they're
rich.
two separate issues.
Yeah, we're talking about race and white privilege, and we're talking about the wealth inequality gap.
The whole...
sorry. Hold on. Look at her stance.
We're talking about race and white privilege, and
Look at her. She looks confident right there. She looks like, oh my gosh. She just looks like, all right, let's see what you got. Come on. Yeah, she looks like, she looks like, I don't know, like she's pretty confident. She looks like she's pretty confident in herself.
we're talking about the wealth inequality gap.
The whole point, though, logically, is that you're getting the DEI benefit because of your socioeconomic need. So how could we possibly disconnect the reality of your socioeconomic status from the need of getting that benefit?
Two different.
Yeah, but white privilege is also about wealth and equality. They're all together. I don't know how you could separate them. I'm not talking people sitting right here in her seat that are going like, I'm not getting this.
You're going to see her get cornered. She's going to try and separate privilege from how much money you have.
White privilege is basically just saying, statistically speaking, if you're a person of like Caucasian background, your family is more likely to have generational wealth that's going to allow you, to be privileged like her and to get in college.
Well, more likely, okay? Just because you're white, though, doesn't mean you're gonna have that money. It makes you maybe more likely. Just like being black makes you more likely to kill another black person. That doesn't mean you will. It's just because you're black, It's not because you're black. It's because of culture. And I guess more for, being white would be as much of culture, but I guess it was kind of a culture, not necessarily because they're white, but I guess because privileges that white people had back in that day as well, technically. But I mean, it might not be the same thing. Keep in mind, I'm just live reacting to this, so I'm not gonna have the best arguments right now. So keep in mind that, because I haven't watched this video before, so I'm just trying to make a case for the point here.
Says the student
My point.
who comes from a family with millions of dollars.
My grandparents came from Jamaica, started a business, and then they became millionaires in New York. So there's always anomalies, but at the same time, it's going to be it's difficult.
No wonder you're arguing for why having money doesn't give someone privilege. The color of their skin does, because then you wouldn't be able to make a claim on being victimized and not having privilege.
So one thing you just said, your grandparents became.
Exactly. If you can basically, I mean, because she wouldn't want the people to say, oh, eat the rich, or, pay more in you should pay more in taxes. She wouldn't want probably her family to be told that, or her to be told that, I would guess. But she's probably she's trying to claim to be the victim here and say, well, I'm black, so none of this counts, and and I'm not privileged because I'm black, and I'm actually victimized here, despite the fact that I have millions of dollars and could probably buy whatever the heck I want and afford all the rent I need for a place, or maybe afford a whole house to go to right away, when most Americans, probably, my guess is in the United States, won't be able to afford a house, at least being the new adults, because the new 18, 19-year-olds, they're probably not be able to afford a house because of how expensive it is. I heard from my friend that the American dream now costs $5 million. That is a lot of money just for the American dream. It used to be I think way less, but now it's $5 million. I think it was up from $4.5 million, I think, from last year, I think. So I mean that's what I heard from him, though, and so take this with a grain of salt, but it's just a lot of money.
Millionaires in New York?
Well,
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Dude, so right there, the moment you say that, you understand, if I'm her, if I'm you, I'm just and now I'm in a class and we're going to start throwing words around like race inequality and white privilege and this and that, and I'm you. What do you think she's thinking?
I feel she'd probably think, I feel like it's still weird, though, because it's still an anomaly. That's just one person in my whole entire family that allowed me to be where I am today.
It does take one person. You can be the one person, which is why it's so important to...
Yeah, generational wealth doesn't mean you can't get rich. Just because you start out with less money than people, because at an individual level, there are some individual white people or some individual Hispanic people who have had money from their family getting rich or something. There are people who have had one person change that by working hard and working smart in America, and then making a lot of money. And so it's not simply because they've had generational wealth. It's also because their family had an individual. It's not simply about the color of their skin, but because of the individual person and the situation and the situations revolving around that at the time. So it's not entirely has to do with, you're white, so you have more money than me by default. Then, I mean, you'd expect to see maybe if it was because you're white. I know she said technically it's it's more likely, but because it's more likely because of the situations that there have been, and because the families have come over and started businesses, and so they basically decided to make money off of the American dream early on. So I mean, anyone can make that money. The fact that anyone can make that money shows that, or they could show, I mean, including black people, that shows that just because of the color of your skin doesn't mean you can't make money. You have, if you're black, you have no excuse to the reason as to why, you can't, because you're black, there's no way you can get rich. There's no way you can do that because you're black. No, this person is a living example. The black lady on here is a living example that, or at least her family, is that you, no matter what your skin color is, you can get rich, and you can achieve the American dream. You just have to work hard enough, work smart enough. Now, most of us probably won't get there. Most of us probably won't be able to live the American dream, but that's just because a lot of people don't know how to get rich. I mean, that probably includes me as well. Though I have, I guess, some ideas. I'm not exactly sure that I know how to get rich because I haven't gotten rich myself, so I don't know how to do that. But anyway, let's continue.
Teach students that you.
Wait a second. Is that on? Is that Berserk in the background? Does he have? Yeah, is that Berserk? The big novels of Berserk or something? I thought I recognized those. I think that's Berserk. Guys, that's Berserk. This guy has Berserk in them. Okay. This guy's I think he's been to college. I think he's a smart guy, and he's got Berserk in the background there, which is insane to me. Like down the bottom left, right next to his right elbow from his perspective. He's got 2 big volumes of Berserk there. So, yeah, sorry, I just decided to put that out.
You have the capacity to succeed rather than this
He's got Lord of the Rings above his head too, slightly to the left, as well.
victim mentality. And you are evidence of that. Then she contradicts herself and claims that privilege actually is having 2 parents in the home and financial resources.
Percentile wise, there's going to be more people, more white people, like of Caucasian background, who have like 2 parents, 2 grandparents of that same background, and that's where the privilege comes in.
Having
Get a taste of the gooey.
If I don't get copyright for this.
Golden bite-sized legends that are Culver's Wisconsin cheese curds.
Affinity Plus presents
I think 2 ads.
real
back to
life
back.
math from real members. Alexandra says, getting my
2 parents in the home and having financial.
Well, it's not like my channel's monetized, so it's not like it's gonna take away from my channel or anything. And those are pretty short ads too, so I guess it should hopefully be fine. I don't know. I haven't been on YouTube probably long enough, like in the sense to actually know how everything works. So
Stability. Okay. Then if we can apply that lens consistently across all races, I'm all for it. But that's not what's happening. And you're proving that.
You're saying that you grew up poor. However, you do attend a PWI, and I feel like that in itself gives you a privilege versus somebody who, let's say, that was person of color in your situation, mom wasn't working, X, Y, and Z. Would they still have the opportunity to attend Penn State?
This is the most revealing logic set within.
well, I mean, they're attending Penn State, aren't they? I mean, does that not make them just as privileged as they are because they're also attending Penn State?
This entire exchange. She's assuming that an individual in the exact same socioeconomic circumstance, but with a different skin color, would not be able to go to the college. Why?
Versus somebody who, let's say, that was person of color in your situation, mom wasn't working, X, Y, and Z. Would they still?
That doesn't mean mom's not working just because they're this way. Because like that has to do with individual stuff. That's individual stuff that can be helped. Okay, like I mean, I know people are probably asking why Trump isn't like doing anything with helping black people or whatever. Like, well, what about the Democrats? Have they not have they done anything to help get parents into the homes of black families to get the fathers back in the home and to help improve the family? Because it's, as far as I know, it's the left that actually maybe not the entire left obviously, but like some people on the left, a lot of people, or at least I think the bigger heavy hitters want to dismantle the family structure, the nuclear family, because feminism, I think that's what second wave feminism was kind of about, maybe, but if I remember correctly, but or if I heard that right, but anyway, isn't it them who wants to destroy the nuclear family? If they do that, I mean, what do they expect? I mean, we have example what's happening in a lot of black people's situations with the fathers not in the home, or the parents are divorced and such. So
Still have the opportunity to attend Penn State.
If you have the exact same amount of money it seems that you would be even more likely to be able to attend that college because of DEI opportunities,
Exactly.
as we're about to see.
The white guy, he's just, you know, like, we throw these words around and we throw stuff around and we take classes like 119 and we throw words and we expect everyone to get the white privilege stuff. It's like, people aren't getting, it's not landing. It's not going to land.
They then move into DEI, and Sam Richard does something interesting here where he uses a thought experiment. He brings another student up on stage.
So we're going to line the poorest up down here up to the richest. And the richest black person in here, by the way, is probably pretty damn rich. Here, stand up. We're going to do this metaphorically, right? We're going to walk down. We're going to decide who's deserving of something.
What point can we make this decision? Let's imagine there's a line here of people of the same race.
Imagine there are people here.
Okay.
You're rich. No, okay, we're not giving you anything.
Yeah.
No. And then we start getting out down here to the people who are a little less connected.
Yeah.
And now we got a problem because we're like,
And you can see on the students' faces that they find this fascinating. So you can see the wheels turning.
Where do you draw the line here between this person and that person, right?
The student is actually trying to rationalize this and create this ranking system.
Let's say it's kind of crazy. Out of 10, they're like rich to poor, and then 10 being the richest, like 1 being the poorest.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody's like 7 out of 10, you would give them 3. That makes sense. 5 out of 10, you give them 5.
Okay, yeah.
Then he asked a really interesting question.
Does diversity, equity, and inclusion include white people?
Sometimes.
Okay, that's a good question. Does diversity, equity, inclusion include white people? Because oftentimes it doesn't really include white people. At least white people who are considered oppressed because of something else, but not because of skin color. Because obviously white people are viewed as the highest class system. Therefore, they are the oppressors, and therefore, the victims must be given more, so that they are equal with white people. But like if you're white, for example, and you're LGBT, or if you're white and you're a woman, you might not be as privileged or thought to be as privileged as someone who might be white and a male. It's kind of like ticking boxes. It's kind of like and so like these people would get, like, these people would be included, like the female or the LGBT people would probably be included, but the white male maybe not, unless he had like autism or something, or ADHD, had some kind of disability or something. Then maybe he would. But like if you're just the average Joe, some average white guy, like, who's gonna help you? Because if you don't have any oppression points, who's gonna want to help you? Am I right? So I mean,
When?
And occasions like
women.
Yeah, exactly.
Disabled, people who are disabled.
Does it ever include a white male?
How about able-bodied white men who are not disabled?
Poverty?
Often does it include them?
If they're like impoverished.
Leave a comment if you could think of a single DEI program that does take into account white men. I'm not aware of any. I could be wrong.
I don't.
please let me know in the comments below, guys, if you do know any programs, DEI programs that include white men. Let me know as well in the comments down below, because he wants to know, I want to know. So let's see here.
What DEI programs really involve class and social class and economic wealth?
That's a good question.
I mean, they should.
Yeah.
And this is part of.
Also, I think Asians make the most amount of money out of any race. I think so. Technically, white people are not necessarily the most privileged when it comes to money wise. When it comes to being treated the best, maybe, but like I think the Irish are treated pretty badly in America. So, would you consider them white? I mean, I'd say most people would consider the Irish pretty white. So, but even though they were treated badly, so I mean, but because they're white, I guess they're grouped in with all the other white people, and because apparently you can't have any other different types of people other than black and white, or Asian, or those, or Hispanic. You can't have any other. There's no other groups. It has to be whites. All these people, and they can't be oppressed because they're white. Even though some white people have been treated badly in the past too, that doesn't count because they're white or something. I don't know. Like, come on, man.
Part of the problem.
And this is the core unfair aspect that is unavoidable. This is why I respect Sam Richard, because he will point these kind of things out, and he's not afraid to have the conversation.
As far as I know, Penn State has no scholarships dedicated for poor white people. I don't think there's a single one out there.
Yeah, right now I can't receive more financial aid this semester, so I have like a $2,000 bill that I gotta figure out how to pay in like the next 2 weeks, which sucks.
And meanwhile, sitting next to her is a student that turns out to be very wealthy or from a very wealthy family.
Yeah, so I feel like you're less privileged than me because, well, like I don't have money, but my parents have money and it's nice, so I don't have to worry about certain things that you have to.
His class has become #1 at the college for this reason, because he is willing to have these kind of conversations. Sam Richardson, School of Communications. Every class is streamed live and the university is cool with it. It's just using this technology in such a remarkable way. There's so much potential for that in schools and education, but everyone's so afraid because they don't want to put themselves out there. The reason it has become so popular is because this kind of conversation is so rare, and that's a shame.
Alright guys, let me know please what you guys think in the comments down below. Was he right in the video? What do you think of what the professor was teaching there? What do you guys think? Was that good to teach at a college? Would you teach it if you were a college professor? Do you think that someone is more privileged because of the color of their skin rather than the amount of money they have? And let me know those things in the comments down below. I'd love to see what your answers are, and also like the video if you haven't already, and please subscribe if you haven't already as well. I really do appreciate subscriptions. I just got a couple. I would appreciate my subscribers because I've gotten like five in overnight, and I was pretty happy about that. So thank you guys for those who are subscribed or who just subscribed to me as well. Thank you for all my subscribers, you guys. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna out. Bye.